Greetings, welcome back to Black Bear News, where we are discussing climate change, abrupt climate change, and things adjacent. Let me turn up my mic. Is that better? I think it started out a little bit low. I'm going to be out of town for a couple days, so I'm going to do 3 little quick videos, and I'm going to see how this little scheduling feature works on YouTube. I'm going to start off this video with a really great headline, which is: a Green New Deal must prioritize regenerative agriculture, which isn't as great of a headline as another article I want to read you. But this is a good start. This is by Kurt Reese from Truth Out, May 9th, 2019. We are at a radically new stage in our fight for the planet. The Green New Deal, proposed by Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the youth-led Sunrise Movement, and hundreds of other climate justice leaders and organizations, has given us a new holistic framework for tackling both the climate crisis and structural inequality. This bold vision for the future has, in a matter of months, radically expanded what is politically possible and clarified what is morally required of us as a society. Just a year ago, the progressive movement was struggling to articulate climate solutions that were capable of meeting the severity and scale of the problem, relying instead on piecemeal reforms. With any luck, those days are decisively behind us. The goal is no longer to slow the bleeding, it's to heal the wound. The Green New Deal is about utilizing the full power and resources of the federal government to transform U.S. society so that we can rapidly achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions, create millions of good jobs, and bring justice and equity to our economy. If we are serious about reaching these goals, then we need to make sure overhauling U.S. agriculture is at the center of the Green New Deal. Creating a paradigm shift from industrial agriculture to regenerative farming represents our best chance to draw down massive amounts of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere while at the same time addressing urgent environmental, public health, and social justice issues embedded in our corporate food system. Carbon farming. Industrial agriculture is premised on exploitive land and labor while releasing enormous amounts of greenhouse gas emissions. Massive monocultures are continuously tilled and maintained by huge diesel-burning tractors, sprayed with petroleum-derived pesticides and amended with synthetic fertilizers that release nitrous oxide, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere. Worldwide, about 1/3 of all greenhouse gas emissions come from the food system, with about 1/4 coming directly from agriculture and agriculture-related deforestation. In the U.S., the share of emissions coming from agriculture is about 9%, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, a virtually certain and dramatic underestimate given the meat industry's copious unreported methane emissions. But the fact that farming has become a major source of emissions actually belies an important truth that sets agriculture apart from every other major economic sector. It has the natural potential to become a massive carbon sink. True. A massive carbon sink rather than a carbon emitter. Photosynthesis, the biological engine that drives plant growth, functions in part by taking carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere and converting it into carbohydrates, some of which are used to build plant bodies, while others are exuded into the soil through plant roots. The more carbon is stored in the soil and in plant biomass than is released through agriculture practices and plant decomposition, then you create a net negative carbon farming system. This is exactly what we have to do as mitigation for climate change. Exactly what we have to do. And not only do we need to stop the industrial machine, we need to start farming and rewilding and reinvigorating the ecosystem and the land in order to become carbon sinks. I was just watching a really good video about this. Do I have it up? I don't know. I don't know if I do. Hopefully going to find it and link it below, but it is... Oh, where did you go, sir? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Anyways, it's basically about creating carbon sinks through agriculture, and it's a very good presentation. It's very interesting, very scientific. Oh, you know what? I can find it on my phone. Excuse me. Don't mind me while I fiddle around. It's Walter Jehne. He's from Australia. And the title of this video is called The Soil Carbon Sponge, Climate Solutions and Healthy Water Cycle. So basically he's talking about creating creating agricultural and basically green zones that will capture CO2. And he's saying that if this is implemented correctly, it could reduce regional temperatures in certain areas by 7°C, which is a lot. Is this the answer? No. It has to be an answer, though. It has to be part of the answer, for sure. I'm going to move on. So this is somewhat breaking news. This is from a few days ago. Forget the polar vortex. Here comes the death ridge and record heat for the southeast. A blistering, dangerous heat wave, which one expert calls a death ridge, is poised to scorch the southeastern U.S. over the Memorial Day weekend. While the central U.S. deals with floods and storms, some all-time record high temperatures for May could be shattered as highs rocket into the upper 90s to low 100s all the way from Alabama to Virginia. In what has been a warmer than normal May to date across the southeast, temperatures will take a notable turn upward through the end of the week and into Memorial Day weekend, AccuWeather meteorologist Max Vito said. A few of the records that could be broken date back to the 1800s. Most high temperature records across the region stand in the 90s, so these cities are expected to consistently challenge records during the heat wave, Vito said. In Charleston, South Carolina, the National Weather Service called it a prolonged and dangerous heat wave. Weather.US meteorologist Ryan Mao referred to the heat wave as a death ridge that will bring calm winds and bone-dry conditions in addition to the extreme heat. A ridge is an area of high atmospheric pressure, one that prevents clouds and rain from forming. No cooling showers are expected either. The chance for precipitation will remain virtually nil, the Weather Service in Atlanta said. The duration of the heat wave could make it life-threatening. Weather.com meteorologist Jonathan Erdman said, minimize your time outdoors during the hottest times of day, typically from late morning through late afternoon. Drink plenty of liquids and wear light, loose-fitting clothing if you must be outside for longer periods of time. Death ridge. That is a brand new term in extreme weather. So more extreme weather, record-breaking floods inundate parts of the central U.S. This is from today. Evacuations are underway as flooding is impacting areas across Oklahoma, Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, and parts of Nebraska and Iowa. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is warning Arkansans about the possibility of historic flooding along the Arkansas River. Dardanelle, Arkansas, has been one of the most recent cities to face the floodwaters. The Arkansas River at this point reached nearly 36 feet at 3 p.m. Central Time. Governor Asa Hutchinson declared the state of emergency on Friday. Officials in Tulsa, Oklahoma are also urging some residents to prepare to evacuate and move to higher ground as the expected rain will threaten already stressed levees. On Friday afternoon, water began flowing over the emergency spillway at Elk City Lake. Reported in a tweet, Greenwood County authorities have called for the evacuation of residents who live below the Fall River Dam, according to local news source. 3 fatalities have been reported as a result of the flooding. One driver attempted to cross a flooded roadway in Perkins, Oklahoma, and 2 other bodies were found in a submerged vehicle near the Mississippi River in Missouri. On Wednesday, 2 barges became loose during the flooding on Arkansas River. The town of Webbers Falls called for its 600 residents to evacuate. Some very severe weather. Also, several people killed as powerful storms, tornadoes slam central U.S. Apparently, I don't know if this is going to be in this article, but Jefferson City was not only hit with flooding, but also a tornado at the same time. I just heard that today. Here it is. Jefferson City, a 3-mile wide area in Jefferson City, received the brunt of the damage. So where are we? Late Wednesday night, the National Weather Service issued a tornado emergency after a powerful wedge tornado, so-called because its funnel is wider than it is tall, was observed over the state capital of Jefferson City in Cole County. The violent tornado was moving at a speed of 40 miles per hour, the Weather Service said, and had sent debris 13,000 feet into the air. A 3-mile-wide area in Jefferson City received the brunt of the damage, Jefferson City Police Lieutenant David Williams said during a news conference on Thursday morning. So that was a few days ago. I'm going to link all these in the description box below. That is all I have for you for this video. Thank you so much for your eyes, your ears, and your conscience. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so at the links below. Until next time, peace.